Hello, this is Terry again, and this is part 2 of how to feed Penny the pigeon. She is a baby pigeon, again approximately about 2 weeks old, my best guesstimate. I've already prepared the food, and if you haven't seen that or how I made this wonderful little syringe feeding device, see Feeding Penny the Pigeon part 1. So, I've already got the food temperature is warmed up, stuck it in hot water in a bowl, set it in another bowl, just sat it there, use temperature. I've got it about 106, so by the time I get over there and feed her, it's going to be probably 102, 103, which will be fine. So I made this one with not the entire tip cut out, which is my suction syringe here to get the gooey food out of here. Hold your finger over the end because there is a hole in the latex, and this holds 2 teaspoons, which for my 2-week-old bird, judging the size of her crop when I'm done feeding her, I think is about right for her, but obviously it's got to be proportioned for a bigger bird, smaller bird. And we've been feeding her averaging, this is fun with one hand, we've been averaging 4 feedings a day. I feed her before I go to work in the morning, wife feeds her during the day, usually when I get home from work, and then at bedtime. So right now it's 4 times a day feeding. And there's another hand. Turn it. If you go, well, there we go. There we go. Just trying to get all this in there so I can get a full feeding in here. Okay, anyway. That's 2 teaspoons, which is 10 mil. Right at the top, turn it upside down, take your finger off, and hopefully it's not too thick that we can get the air bubble out of there without squirting it all over the place. Can be a little messy. Anyway, so that'll work. Now we are ready to go get the bird excited. Penny the pigeon. Don't tell anybody, but Penny's my mom's name. And it's kind of fitting because the bird does a lot of squawking, but it's still pretty cool and it's kind of nice. So, Grandma Penny, Penny the pigeon. There you go. Okay. Here is Happy Penny the pigeon, who is definitely ready to get fed with her little squeaky pooped on bird toy. As you can see, she instantly wants to go. Now if you've already fed your pigeon, they're right here on the top of their chest is their crop. It's like you can see through their skin basically at this stage, and it looks like an air bladder until you fill it up. But when you go to feed them, if you're feeding multiple times a day, kind of make sure that that's empty so you're not overfeeding them. Okay, so with Penny, what I'll do here is I'll make my hand kind of like a circle, and then I'll put this back here to try to get her beak in there. Now once sometimes this takes a little bit because she's all over the board. Come on. Some of the other guys, of course it works first time, but hey, I'll get her beak in there. There she goes. See, once she gets her beak in there, she's relaxed, and now she's like, take a chunk, and she does have to breathe, so you don't want to overdo it. If it leaks down a little bit, that's fine. Get a little squirt, give her a break so she can breathe, give her a little squirt, and don't crank her neck, it gets too much. A little squirt, little squirt, little squirt. Oh, she's loving that. And then of course the plunger will push her beak out, and that's it. She'd probably keep eating until she blew up, but as you can see here on her crop, you know, just a little poofy pouch that I'm not giving her too much. You don't want it too firm, you just want it kind of like a little balloony. When I'm done, I just kind of wipe off some of this wonderful dried oatmeal on her. I don't know if it's a girl. I have no idea how you sex a pigeon. Don't really care to. I'm going to call her a girl. But, so, pretty much wipe her off a little bit. Make sure she's not all crusty. And then what I do when I'm done is I kind of give her a little like exercise, you know. Just let her check herself out. Seems how she sits in this nest most of the day. A lot of times right after you feed them is when they want to go poo, so you know, if you're going to set them down, expect to get a mess on it. They're pretty predictable. She lifts her butt here and backs up and does her thing, but she'll keep begging, but that's more than enough for her and her size. But hey, check out everybody else's video. I mean, I looked at probably a dozen of them, got online, looked at websites, all sorts of stuff. And I'm by no means an expert. I'm just trying to figure out how to keep the little bird alive. And I think this seems to work the easiest, and it's pretty simple. I'm going to work on getting a bigger applicator, and I'm going to try the two other guys on there. One had a red, I'm assuming it was a balloon. The other guy had yellow, and I think that color the bird really seemed to attract to, as opposed to this white latex, but this is all I had in the house. And the same thing with making the bird food. Most websites say they're really not that particular on what they eat, but it seems to be that, you know, protein and fat, the little birds are growing like crazy. I mean, she looks twice as big, it seems like, since we got her. But there's most of the websites that talk about Kaylee or KT, and it's a dry powder. It's a bird feeding formula. You just add water, you mix it up, consistency oatmeal, and you feed it. Most everybody will say that's pretty much all you need. I haven't gone to the bird store yet. Wait until payday, so I used what I had. This next time I'm probably going to try some more bird seed, oatmeal, bird seed, and that, and grind it up a little more, because the little bird's digestive tract, I'm sure, isn't as hearty as mom's is. So look it up, find some recipes, see what the bird likes. Obviously she loves this stuff, and 4 times a day, and you can see she just gets all excited, give me more, give me more, give me more, and is quite happy. She does settle down here after a little bit and calm down, and you can kind of pet her a little bit. But anyway, I hope that explains some things. Again, part 1, I kind of showed how to make all these applicators. This and the food, no sense in really showing it. Again, it was a small can of cat food, some ground up oatmeal, a raw egg, and I put some cream in it. I sometimes will add a little bit more water, because I figure with the digestive tract, having some extra fluids in there is probably a good thing. So anyway, hope that helps out some of you guys that's wondering about the pigeons. And again, this is Penny the pigeon, and she's about 2 weeks old. You can see the little yellow feathers kind of fluff coming through. She's actually really starting to clean up pretty nice. And you can see under here, of course, she's all natural bird, but she's turning into a cute little bird, and I think she'll be a fun little pet. I got a little 2-year-old over here, and I've got an 18-year-old, and everybody's kind of having fun taking care of Penny the pigeon. So anyway, peace out. You guys have a good night. Any questions, again, you can email me at carbonfab@gmail.com or leave a post. I'm probably not going to check it every day, but hope that'll help some of you guys who wonders what to do with these pigeons and how to keep them alive.